The legends of long-lost treasures have fascinated me throughout my life. I even wrote a novel called Waterproof. It's based on a treasure that's buried under the waters of Barataria Bay in South Louisiana. You can go to Amazon.com and buy this both in the paperback format or ebook, whichever you prefer. So enough of my shameless promotion. Alicia, on the other hand, not so crazy about legendary treasures. Her theory is they never find anything. But she changed her mind when I told her about a preacher in Texas that was unearthing silver almost on a daily basis. In this episode, we join the preacher digger, aka Michael Hine, and dig up treasures from the past. In our home state of Louisiana, the Civil War littered the countryside with battlefields and scattered treasures from soldiers who had raided plantations. We'll travel to our backyard and pull out the metal detectors to unearth silver coins that date back to the early 1800s. This is a treasure hunt that anyone can do with a good metal detector. And as we uncover silver and coins that date back to pre-Civil War, you'll see Alicia have a change of heart in treasure hunting. Do I have your interest? Are you ready to go find buried treasure? Well, grab your journal and come join us as we explain how this exciting treasure hunt can actually become a reality for you. We're headed to our backyard, the Civil War battlegrounds of Louisiana. Here we go.
We are Lee and Alicia Ducote.
I'm an author and novelist who likes to write romance and adventure.
And I am an outdoor adventurist who likes to drag Lee along with me.
Together, we travel all over the country and search for those off-the-beaten-path adventures that don't cost a fortune, with the hopes to inspire others to get out and find their own adventure.
So gear up, grab your backpack, and come go with us as we search for that next crazy adventure.
And maybe find a little romance along the way. All right, we are off on this quick journey on a treasure hunt. Of course, we said Preacher Digger called us and said they are unearthing some silver about 2 hours south of us. This is a backyard adventure. And as you can see, it's raining, and Alicia has brought all the essentials for treasure hunting. And so anyway, looking forward to this. And anyway, we're loading up.
One of the most coveted states during the Civil War was Louisiana, with the Mississippi River running on one side of its borders and New Orleans being the gateway to the Gulf of Mexico. Both the Confederate and the Union needed control of Louisiana to win the war. In 1862, Governor Thomas Overton Moore ordered the Louisiana militia to occupy the U.S. arsenal at Baton Rouge and the forts guarding New Orleans, thus seceding Louisiana from the Union. The Union's response to Moore's leveraged secession was embodied in President Abraham Lincoln's realization that the Mississippi River was the backbone of the rebellion. If control of the river were accomplished, the Confederacy would be split in half. In 1864, the Union devised an assault called the Red River Campaign. The intent was to destroy the Confederate Army, capture Shreveport, confiscate over 100,000 bales of cotton, and to organize pro-Union state governments in the region. This campaign was led by Major General Nathan P. Banks. The campaign failed miserably after a North Louisiana cotton farmer gave General Banks the wrong directions to Shreveport. His directions led the 30,000-man troop through a narrow trail from Natchitoches to Pleasant Hill, Louisiana, where they met up with the Confederate Army. Between the battles of Pleasant Hill and Mansfield, the Union Army was driven back south. The Union's retreat was hasty and chaotic at best. Tens of thousands of soldiers hustled their way through the countryside, losing valuables they had stolen from landowners on their march north. Governor Moore's plantation sat south of Natchitoches and in the path of the Union Army. Needless to say, they burned it to the ground along with many other plantations. Our treasure hunt starts in the front yard of Governor Moore's plantation, where the preacher digger and a friend of his waited for us. This is a large area covering over 450 acres, but we are concentrating on the front part near where we believe the home sat. After meeting, they were ready to get started, and with a few instructions, we stepped into our boots and took a quick picture. Lee said this was in case we bailed on them after finding the mother lode.
Of course, it is a cold, blustery, kind of rainy day, and we're going to go hunt for treasure. Because why not? You can't let the weather keep you inside.
All right, here we go. We're headed out to find some buried Civil War relics, also known as treasure. Preacher Digger has loaned us 2 really nice metal detectors. I'm wondering if he expects a cut out of what we find. Man, it is crazy to think that over 30,000 men marched and retreated through this field. That's like how many people watch our show on a daily basis. I wish. I found a 1710 nail. How do I know that? I don't.
The first few minutes were digging up trash and chasing false signals. Then, of course, Lee found the first real item.
But looky here. Even a blind pig can find an acre. I found a Civil War bullet. Look at that.
That fired up my competitive side, and I started hunting harder to beat Lee's bullet. And of course he tried to slow me down with his shenanigans.
I think I dug up the pedal to the farmer's tractor.
Yeah, I think targets out here are few and far between. I think we'll be better off. Work ourselves toward that big tree there where that plantation may have sat, and then work ourselves down through all those big oak trees.
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
I've got better chances of getting a good target.
Yeah.
Let's go do it.
Hey Lee, come here. I found something cool.
What you got?
A fork?
Woo! Hey, is it a silver fork?
I don't know. We'll have to clean it up. I don't think so. Look, it's plated. It's
sure?
plated. Yeah.
It's something plated. P-A-R plated. Plate. Yeah, silver plated then.
A sardine can. You know who likes these sardine cans? Alicia. She loves sardines. Told y'all something was wrong with her. Whoa! Old boots. Got water. Got water. Got water.
I think I'm the Hoyt queen of the world.
What's a Hoyt?
A hunk of iron.
What you cooking, good looking?
Peanut butter, every adventurer's best friend.
I tell you what. You know, one of these days we're gonna get big, not like fat, but like, you know, big in production. We're gonna have caterers follow us out with trailers, and they're gonna cook us crawfish, shrimp, sea bass, sauteed.
During our break for lunch, we looked over what we had found, listened to a few stories, then ventured back out with much better luck.
Got a half of a bullet. So, finding some stuff now.
All right, I got a good hit. Let's see if I can figure out what it is. There it is. It's right there.
That, all right.
It is right there. What is that?
That is an Indian head penny.
Oh my gosh, I got it.
See what date it is. See what date it is.
Can
you see it?
Let's see.
1902.
1902.
Yeah, they're gonna go from 1869, somewhere around there, to 1902. Indian head penny. Way to go, girl.
I got my first coin. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's a good one too. All right, man.
my first coin.
I'm glad you got it. I walked right by it. Let's keep going.
Oh yeah.
That's a good find. That's what I'm looking for. Those type of things.
With my first coin in my pocket and Lee in the crops, I found other items like a 1920 wheat penny, a couple of pocket knives, and a few bullets. May not have been the treasure I was hoping for, but it was definitely a great adventure.
Michael, thank you so much for today. We appreciate it so much.
It was my pleasure.
Great find.
We had a good day and didn't get a whole lot of stuff, but we got some things, your typical iron stuff, your typical
Michael asked Lee and I to join him the following day in a location where General Banks' army turned west towards Mansfield and assured us it was a promising spot. One thing though, it's super muddy and we'd need a four-wheel drive to get in. We drove south out of Natchitoches, Louisiana to another plantation and met Michael out near the highway.
Hey, good morning.
You made it.
We
did.
Good seeing you again.
Good to see you.
Hello.
Good seeing you.
Nice to see
Nice
you.
to see you folks.
Are we searching right here?
Well, actually, we're going to be down here just a little bit further on down from here,
Okay.
and out more closer to the river over here.
Okay. So we need to follow you back
Yeah.
further.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, good deal. Well, let's jump in and get down.
Let's do it.
All right.
It wasn't as muddy as we had thought, and once we parked, Preacher Digger pulled out our metal detectors and we jumped in the fields. And it wasn't 2 minutes and Lee got a big hit.
There it is. See in your hand. It
No
looks like
way.
a coin. It's a coin.
No way.
We just got to see what kind of coin it is. Just kind of wipe it clean, get a brush on it. Maybe we can clean it just a little bit. Let you do it.
All right. I'm gonna hand it over to the expert.
All right. Let's see. It's not a penny. It's bigger than a penny. Oh, look at that. Look at the green on that. Take my glasses off where I can even see myself. Oh, it's a nickel.
It is a nickel.
What's a nickel doing green?
What's a nickel doing out here?
You know what? It's a war nickel. It's a war nickel. It's in the war, they needed the nickel in the war.
Right.
And so the nickels went to partly silver. And so this is 35% silver. That's why it's got this green tinge to it, and plus all the fertilizer out here. But this is what they call a war nickel.
That's crazy.
It's got silver, 35% silver. That was right there. It's the top of a powder flask, I think. See that thing?
Yeah.
Maybe a powder flask top. I don't know.
That's old, whatever it is.
That's 1800 for sure.
So have you picked up anything that has been a new discovery that people have learned from you?
I guess the only new discovery would be I just came back from a recent trip in England, and I just discovered a set of coins that have never been discovered on the England-Wales border. And I'm the only one that has ever in the history of England have found these coins on that side of England.
Really?
Six of them, and they're historical right now. They're in the treasure evaluation process of being documented and logged and even evaluated how much they're going to be. And so, yeah, I put that area of England on the map. So that's really good to find something like that. It was from 1050 to 1053 AD is how old these coins were.
It's got your butt there.
You ain't right. I will say one thing. I am getting a bicep burn out of this joker.
What you're looking for is the green. You want green patina because that's going to make it old. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a wheat. Look, that's not a wheatie.
1897?
1897 Indian here.
The more coins we dug up, the harder I hunted. That's when I realized I lost Lee.
So while I'm off-roading down, in the swamps with the snakes and the, dead turtles and, exploring real places, I come up and thank goodness Michael stayed with me because Lee is way the heck over there at the truck. I guess he got hungry or something and went and took a break while all of us are out here still hunting for treasure.
I got my biggest hit of the day that turned out to be more than I expected.
Oh, there's something right there too. Well, oh my gosh.
Damn.
What? No, it says
It's a half dime.
half dime. What the heck is a half of a dime? Isn't that
It's
a
a
nickel?
seated. You got sit down. You need to sit down. You got sat down. That's what we say in the metal detecting world. When you find a seated, you get sat down. And the thing about silver, a lot of times silver come out of the ground looking just like that. Sometimes it's tarnished out black, sometimes greenish, but most times silver gold pops right out of the ground. That's the
That
find
is
of the
crazy.
day. You just killed it. Misadventure.
It's treasure hunt stuff. It's no big deal.
Michael, thank you so much for having us out here. This was an incredible day. We can't get Alicia out of the field. I mean, you've created a monster here.
Y'all might be going to town by yourselves.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. We found a few things in the progress, so
Good.
that's good. You got a little taste of treasure hunting.
Man, absolutely.
Nothing like coming and digging in the dirt.
We
for a
want
day.
more. We want more now. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to catch back up with you
Well,
soon.
there's the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey guys, go to YouTube, check out Preacher Digger, subscribe to his channel, watch him. He has found incredible treasures throughout all of the world, recent finds in Britain.
Yeah.
And go on there and watch him with finding 6 Saxon coins, pennies, that are literally changing Britain's history. So, it's an honor to be out here and be honored to be hunting with you too. It's been fun.
Well, it's a good hobby to be in.
Yeah.
And you never know. It's like being a detective. You never know what you're going to find.
Yep.
Sometimes it's a bunch of trash, but there's always a little treasure in there too.
It's always a little treasure.
Always a little treasure in trash.
It was hard to leave, but I promised Lee we would visit the nearby town of Natchitoches.
We decided to take a little break from digging in the dirt.
Which was hard to get you out of the dirt.
It was, but we decided to run into one of the most romantic cities in all of Louisiana. Natchitoches, Louisiana is home to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, the Northwestern State University Demons, one of the best Christmas festivals in the entire country, and of course,
The famous Natchitoches meat pie, one of the most delicious.
sought after delicacies in all of central Louisiana. Banana trooper.
Louisiana's meat pie. It's wrapped up in a good paper towel.
Good when it's just a paper towel in a brown paper bag.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is not hard to understand why Natchitoches, Louisiana remains one of the top romantic towns in Louisiana. From the quaint restaurants that overlook Main Street and the Cane River, to the locally owned stores that line the brick paved roads. If you want a good taste of French Louisiana, then this is where you need to land. We only live an hour from here, and any chance Lee and I have, we stop in for a visit. And if you're a Christmas nut, the Natchitoches Christmas Festival ranks in the top 3 in the country. The locals here never meet a stranger, and if it's your first time visiting or your 20th, you'll definitely be welcomed with open arms.
All right.
Did a little eating, did a little shopping. Let's go back and dig.
Sunset. Let's hit it.
Let's go.
I now have the treasure hunting bug, but the kind when you actually find something. When you are looking for an adventure but don't have time to travel, metal detecting will definitely fill that void. Metal detectors range in price, but if this is something you think you'll like, then spend a little extra and buy a detector that can decipher different types of metals. Most parks and beaches are open to metal detecting, but just remember to leave it better than you found it and cover all holes you dig. At the end of the day, we looked over the relics we had unearthed and visited with Preacher Digger once more before sunset. It made for the perfect closing of 2 days of treasure hunting. The best adventures are those that take you places that you didn't expect, or find treasures that you never dreamed of. The most important thing, get outside and find your adventure.